I'm Maxwell Damage. You probably know that already. I imagine you've been watching this series for a while. And if not, well, you picked a weird time to break into one.
Oh my god, things have gotten out of hand. I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime, it's even worse. I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop has been locked, no sales, gangbangers running around, shooting everyone. I know I shouldn't have bought a shop in this ghetto.
I'm the one who got shot here, ma'am. Oh my god, even the police can't take care of all this. Just look at that limp. Someone should do something about this. She rubs her pendant between 2 fingers, thinking. Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psychic studio. Yes, she nods to herself. It makes sense. Crime is the 6th element, you see. The darkest element. I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime. I don't know why I suddenly turned you into like Kuno's mom or something. Plaisance doesn't even care. Honestly, I'm not even sure what to think of that. No, you're right, officer. You've convinced me. It's a great idea. Thank you for the inspiration. In the meantime, do buy the books, as many as you can. They won't be here for much longer. Determination shines in her eyes. Is there anything else I can help you with? Are those ward summonies? Yes. Alright, fine. Fare thee well.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
No. Maybe, okay, yes, I kind of am. No, I don't. Still can't buy that. Joke's on me anyway. That's the expansion. Do I really? Kind of. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to yell war criminal that loudly that many times. I'm gonna buy medicinal purposes of the pail. Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for. Also, give me that Greatest Innocence book. A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy your read. Detective, are you trying to put off the end of the game? Kim? Frankly, I'm shocked at you. And why is that? Because I'm the one who leans on the 4th wall. So it is. I'm sorry, I did not mean to take your job. Perhaps that racist with the lorry was correct. Oh my god, Kim, I can't believe you. He stared at the wall, choosing to believe that it was true. Hey, Gary! Fine. I do kind of want to go talk to, Suna? No, not Suna. Whatever her name is at the top of the dice tower. Hey, Kuno Sr., you dead yet? I do kind of want to tell Cindy we set her art on fire.
Give me a moment.
Alright. Have all the moments. I hope you folks are having a good time, day, whatever it might be. You in here, Cindy? No. Well, I'll be. I will turn that music stinger off, okay? I'm lying. Detective, how are you still running? Because I don't care about the consequences, Kim. I'm bad at taking care of myself. I don't know if you've noticed this or not by now. I would like to hope that you have, but you don't know. I don't think there's anything to do here ever again. Same with this. Yes, I am stalling to end the game, okay? This is beautiful. It's a great game. There's a lot going on with it. And I've seen so much of the content I wanted to see in this playthrough, I guess I'm just holding out for the last couple moments. But really, all I've got to do now is get on a boat and try to figure out what's going on with the murder. And before that, I bought a couple books that are important for me to read. And if that costs us an extra day, so be it. The island will still be there. Now, it's not as if, well, the game deliberately makes it so that at this point, it doesn't cost money to sleep. I mean, it already had done that with the island, but if you were being stubborn and not going out to the island. Hey, are you okay after all the bullets out here?
Mon Dieu, you set it on fire. What kind of policeman are you?
Fuel oil was an environmental hazard. Had to get rid of it. Of course, I didn't think of it that way. Good job, officer. You got nothing about the shooting? You just want to talk about my fire? I mean, I'll talk about the fire. Yeah, Pale Driver is just gone. Alright. We're going to stop by and see Roy. And then we're going to say goodbye to mainland Martinet. There's nothing here for us now. Did you hear the shooting?
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
You're calling this politics?
In its purest form. Now, what can I do for you?
I have something to sell. Thought I did. You betrayed me, Fredo. Alright. Detective, did you mean to sell that vial of nearly pure alcohol? Kim, it won't do me any good where I'm going. What good would it have done you? Well, Kim, you see, my tie was supposed to talk and tell me to sacrifice itself inside of it to make a Molotov cocktail. I see. And you were not able to just put the tie in it yourself? No, not at all.
Wow.
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is?
What?
Cool. That's cool.
He nods and settles back into the pile of boxes. I don't think we're going to get enough for the sneakers, and this is not useful. Not going to stop me from doing it. Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember? Hey, would you like to support a member of the local police force as a really successful entrepreneur? Oh, okay. But why, officer? Because you need to solve the biggest case in the history of criminal sciences. Hey, you see that island over there? I need money to fund an expedition there. It's important for the case. Oh, I like expeditions, officer, and I like you. I can give you 10 real. Corruption. It's just like Bus or Seagull, a kid watching out of a window, describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do? I'll leave it to you for now. I don't suppose I get a discount on the sneakers yet. Nope. Pretty sure that whatever I do, I can no longer get those sneakers. That's okay. You can't do everything in one game. How much time have I spent? Not a lot. Is that real? Yeah, okay. We're not going to talk to Lillian first. Why? Because I need more smokes first off. I've already been in there. What do you fellows... Oh, excuse me. What do you fellows know about the local haps?
Danko.
Okay.
The legend! He's back and thirsty. I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
I will take another pack of smokes. Hey, Doom Spiral.
Man, you're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
It has. Yeah, okay. Hey, I'll supply the booze if you supply the stories. Wonderful! He claps his hands together. Have a Pilsner. Not much, but it'll do. He grabs the bottle from her hand and uncorks it immediately. The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. He lifts the bottle to his lips and takes a long, luxuriant sip. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Quran. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon. Hey, are you telling the story of the headless... Shut the fuck up, Rosemary! You're out of your element! Summer of 44, 17-year-old Gertrude Hay is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal. The streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. The lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance. In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you had walked the same streets yourself 1,000 times. Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides. He looks up to the skies as if searching for the peace himself. What she doesn't know is her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see? I don't know, the giant of Coco Nur? What? No! I told you this is a Martinet legend. It's a man with no head on his shoulders, wearing a fawn tracksuit, searching for the legendary fawn cap that went missing when he lost his head. Wait, I thought the headless fawn rider rode a bull, like this figure I've got. I thought that he rode a headless pig, the lieutenant says with a little smirk. Well, there are many versions of the story, the most peculiar of which has the headless fawn rider riding on the back of another headless man. What? If I hadn't lost my keys that one time, I'd agree with you, man. But life is a cruel mistress. He takes a sip. Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless fawn rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no! Yeah, tell him about the two feminists by the locks. Fuck Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff. This wouldn't be the DuPont Delgado case, would it? What? You know it? I've read the case file, but please, go on. Right. Early autumn of 46, Ula DuPont and Ava Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up, a sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above, the first cold rain of the season. Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency. The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box. Don't turn around, no, The headless fawn's in town, oh. When she says something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning, only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless fawn rider looming on the horizon. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Her body is never recovered. He looks you straight in the eye to say that. Kim, what did the case file say? Naturally, Ula DuPont became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. DuPont maintained that it was the so-called headless fawn rider and that she ran, fearing for her life. He adjusts his glasses. During the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, the third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. The leading theory is that an argument broke out on the jetty, and DuPont pushed Delgado into the canal, then cooked up this stupid cover story. Was she arrested? No. She committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her in the bathroom with a rifle, her face slowly peeling off the ceiling. Not a pretty scene. Man, that's some grisly detail. Oh well, here's to another case closed. He takes a hearty swig from his bottle. Anyway, That's the story of the Headless Fallen Rider. Pretty crazy, huh? Who was he before he died? Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple possibilities, though. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost found cap, plotting revenge. Oh, headless brother, where art thou? Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline. Even dedication couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed, Junior? Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse decided to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it where it remains to this day. But then no one really knows. For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all. Can I say that, but have a sarcasm modifier tag? Sure, your story sounds the most plausible. Isn't it? All the pieces fit together perfectly. That's how I know it's right. Remember, circular logic works because circular logic works. You want to hear any other stories? All right. I've got an even crazier story. I have no idea where this is headed, but let's do it. Yeah, why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that. I guess if I would have heard some more cryptids, I would have some good stories here. What about the Coldemama Daka? It's a magical self-replicating sound. I gotta admit, that's pretty high concept. Still not as awesome as a headless rider in a fallen tracksuit, though. What about the Giant of Coco Nur? That's the best you got? Give me a break, Tequila. I've already seen some weird shit on this case. A headless jockey in a tracksuit kind of fits right in. Hard to argue with that, I suppose. That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated, especially if you do this voice for this long. All right, whatever became of that rider? No one knows. Some say he stalks matinees to this day and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight. He makes a spooky gesture with his free hand. He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend. I saw him one night when I were right shit-faced. I think the problem is I know too many real people that are in Rosemary's voice range, and I just can't seem to pin it down. Got any more urban myths? I actually do have one, the strangest of them all, but I'd need to fortify myself before I can tell that one. Do you have anything to fortify, old Doom Spiral? Tell me you got some story juice. Yeah, I can do that.
The legend. He's back and thirsty. I got smokes and piss and a...
Man, you're like bleeding there. Reality's really messed you up.
Tell me about it. Reality's really messed you up. I didn't... Okay, I guess I did ask for that. Look. Here's your bottle. Start talking. This last one is the most matinee story I've ever heard. He takes an almost comically long swig. Thus fortified, he continues. I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8-9 months now. And in that time, I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching for something. A shovel hits the sand somewhere behind the reeds, near an abandoned construction yard. The young men look over their shoulders suspiciously. The sound of their digging seems loud in the sudden silence. Cryptids? Your lost keys? Place to call home? No, Tequila, most people already know where they live. It's guys like you and me that are the exceptions. Cryptids? Magic animals? No, man, this is serious stuff. Even the drunks know not to chase cryptids. Kim, I swear, one of these days you are going to meet a cryptid and you are going to feel so stupid. Would you care to bet on that? Yes, I would, Kim. Bring it. We will do this right now. I have 18 real? Yeah, 15 right now. Let's go. Easiest 15 real I have ever made. Your lost keys? Hey, fuck you, Tequila. All right, fine. What kind of expeditions? All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, this thing's got a pull on certain kinds of people. Wait, there's a tingling back here. The stirring of a faint sensation. What do you mean? What do you mean, you people? You know, obsessive types. People with predilections. That is a 5 real word, and you only have a permit for 3 real words, Doom Spiral. What exactly are we talking about here? Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. Others don't return at all. The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me. There's no way it can't be! Or can it? Can't be what? You know. I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle. Well, let me drink another big swig of water, because doing your voice like a drunk hobo played by Gilbert Gottfried is really starting to wear on me. Hey, I resemble that remark! Calm down, Iago. Jeez. I can handle it. Okay, fine, I'll tell you, but I'm warning you, it's pretty out there! His eyes narrow with mysteries. Our story begins at a legendary design studio here in Montenay. Oh my gosh. There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life he was a legend. Made it big at Oranje, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. A fucking genius, man! That is, if he even existed. He takes a swig, wipes his mouth, then continues. Who knows? It's an urban legend, after all. He existed, all right. You feel it deep within your basal ganglia. He was as real as you are. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about... Anyway, sometime later, he started his own personal studio here in Montenay. And that is when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design language. The kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime, design-wise. A paradigm-shattering revolutionary? then something turned. You see, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand. Wait, nose candy? You know tequila. He taps the side of his nose twice. Nose candy, the white railroad, potty powder. The kids on the street also call it snow day. Or Ermalin gold for the plateau on which most of the world's supply is grown and harvested, typically by slave labor, often to ruin Kim's day in a board game. Hey, that reality was not on stream, on camera, so the audience does not know that you got my workers addicted to cocaine. It was an option that we passed, and they didn't know until you outed yourself, Kim. God damn it, I'm starting to talk like he does. Sinus Salt, the White Knight, Count C, for its popularity among the aristocratic class of the prior century, along with a number of more banal street names. Blow, of course, but also Flake, Powder, Pearl, really anything that's white will work. He's talking about cocaine! Oh, you mean cocaine. Shit yeah, tequila! You know exactly what I'm talking about. He gives you a camaraderie bump on the shoulder as a couple milliliters of booze slosh out of his bottle. So what happened to him? You gotta understand, the work this guy was doing was so high concept that regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. You get it? Cutting it? Cause when they make this, they gotta... I assure you, we get it. By the end, they were just bringing it in by the lorry load. Now, as you imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right? Right. Wrong! Do it all the time! All the time? All day, baby! Hey, Tequila, pay attention. The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his pièce de résistance. An advert so minimal, it contained neither text nor images. Just pure white. Wait, do you mean like the RCM logo? Oh God, does he mean like the RCM logo? Apparently, the idea was too high concept, even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard." Of cocaine! Say nothing. I got nothing. But the story doesn't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered nearly a quarter kilo of coke jammed into his nasal cavity. That's almost certainly anatomically impossible. Wrong again, nerd! Where there's a will, there's a way, baby! That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Samarizian pure, not that cut-rate shit your grandma does. My grandma? There are those who believe that the designer was buried with this quarter key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for. A cocaine skull! A skull? Filled with cocaine? The cocaine skull! Okay. And why do people think the skull is here? Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio was born in Martinez. A local boy, Martin Martinez. I did not mean to hit that. That's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there. He points to the pipe. Or probably further down the coast or in some yard in Martinez proper. A hidden mausoleum? No one knows exactly. No, my grandma always told me his grave lays somewhere on the inlets of the bay. This is ludicrous. and physically impossible. Sinuses can't contain that amount of anything. Now, detective. Always the skeptic. My only question is, where does one get a shovel? You said something about islands? Don't listen to him or his grandma. He's just making stuff up. No, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater, or no, maybe it was the storm sewers, or maybe it's in the air, or in an ancient step pyramid offshore. In a pyramid. Now that would be something. What have you learned from the other expeditions? They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend with picks and shovels. The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honestly, I don't think they're really scientists, just rich. The junkies are pretty upfront about it for some reason. They just say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal cavity. Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them. By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the coast. What are they going to do with it? The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum. You know, Harrison Ford style. Who? You know, like, it belongs in a museum. The gangsters say they want to sell it on the black market. The ad agency guys say they're seeking inspiration. Bullshit! They just want to snort it, but you could beat it to them, Harry. You could snort the magic skull cocaine instead. I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though. And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff. Ironically, doing these voices has made my nose run. I'll be right back, folks. All right, we're back, and I'm convinced. Let's go find it. Whoa, hold on just a minute. Finding it right now is literally impossible. What? Why? For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. Sorry, DLC? DLC? Really? You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry too. Yet it is impassable, my friend. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. You need new gear, people who know what they're doing, all kinds of provisions. It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky, we might never know what's up with that skull. I don't know how much more blatant you can get, folks. As a matter of fact, I need to screenshot this. Pardon me for being unprofessional, but I am 100% clipping that. I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. We cannot afford to run around chasing after quasi-mythical pieces of drug paraphernalia. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. The PR is tricky on this. That's too bad. Wait, maybe there's another way. Maybe up around the coast? Don't give up now! Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for ya. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance. I actually think I remember where that truck is that it's talking about. All right, so let's go out on a limb here. Detective, the boat is no longer being tarred. Yes, you are correct, Kim, but as my electrochemistry would say, the cocaine! I'm sorry, as your what? I'm sure my neighbors have wondered just what the hell I'm yelling about. And why are you still running? Right there! Right there! The Delta Logistics Company truck stands here, waiting, reflecting white light from the courtyard behind it! Oh my gosh. You knew it would be here, blocking the gate. I'm just going to leave my screenshot tool out for a little bit because this is hilarious. Are there people in there? Yes, people hard at work at their desks. They can barely tell if it's day or night anymore because the lights in the building are so uniform and bright. Who knows when they'll come out? What keeps them motivated? Irony. They're yuppies masquerading as Mazovians. Or was it Mazovians masquerading as yuppies? Even they get confused sometimes out here in poverty-stricken Martinet. What? Those don't sound like proper working conditions. Yeah, and it's rather ironic because they believe themselves to be Mazovians deep down. Oh, this is a wellspring, isn't it? Sounds like a highly motivated bunch. Yes, they are highly motivated by irony. I hope they're working for the glory of Revachol. Could be. Not sure they remember what they're working for themselves anymore. Are they really so pressed for time? Could be. They certainly want to stir the pot, remake reality in some new image. Why is the light so strange? Because this is a place of mystery. Hey Kim, why don't we try to get into the courtyard? That's where they said we could... A mythical cocaine skull could hardly be of any consequence to our ongoing investigation. I have already told you I am not thrilled about going out to this island, and you still keep adding more bullshit. You can come back to it on your own when we are done with this case. I can? I mean, we can't, as far as I know. Let it go for now. Okay. Now, what else do we have here? What's this? We're getting reports of normal or reasonable temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinet? This is because I've been exhausting my dialogue options, isn't it? Nope, discard thought. Must have been a false alarm then. Sure was. It's clear you like the hard stuff, brother. What is my lower intestine going on about? Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system. Oh, okay, but what's the hard stuff? Fascism, brother! What? No. There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment. Yeah, no, fuck off. I got fascist points for asking about people working in a building? Yeah, I sure did. 4 is enough. 4 gets you the 4. All right, we're not doing that. We're doing that. We can do that? You know what? We're getting out of here. I will see you folks in the next episode. Ciao.